For many men, when you get married, you lose some of your freedom. Yeah, marriage is good, but some of your freedom. If Facebook was a country, it will be the world's third largest country. An Egyptian couple actually named their daughter Facebook. Very true. And Frito-Lay set a world record of 1.5 million, I think, Facebook likes in 24 hours. Just imagine, dengan Facebook, business you boleh sampai pada 1 juta orang, 2 juta orang, 3 juta orang dalam waktu 24 jam. Zaman mak bapak kita tak boleh fikir macam tu. Kena buat marketing, masuk TV, letak banting, kena letak banner, kena letak billboard, a newspaper. Now with Facebook, 2 million people can know about your product, whether good or bad. That's the beauty of social media. People can know all the good things you do, but also people can take advantage to create havoc for you, where 1 or 2 million people can know about whatever you are doing, just like United Airlines. Just imagine. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. YouTube is very, very powerful because YouTube itself, people can talk about your product, you can share about your product. Many people are using YouTube. If you look at during crisis COVID tahun lepas, Cik Sugu Parvita daripada Ipoh kan, she's from a very poor family, but because she can cook, so she went into YouTube, and slowly people following her, but following a recipe, and you have Kowe coming in, other brands are watching, they come and sponsor her, and she became quite successful. A simple lady, not highly educated, but because of social media, you can be somebody. Justin Bieber also same. He was nobody those days, but later, bila dia hantar satu video viral kan, today he's so famous, Justin Bieber. Because those days, dia hantar pada recording mana-mana company tak nak dia, tapi dia viral kan, then recording company have no choice but to take it. So social media is a very powerful tool, but you have to be very, very careful, because whatever you say can be tracked back. Yeah. Now 40% of company admit to having no training or governance of social media. Do you agree? Zulida, do you agree? Do you have a proper governance system to monitor social media? Zulida.
I suppose ada yang ada government ada macam buat monitor kan kita, yang mana tu yang kata kita tak boleh viral, kita tak boleh share. Dulu lah pernah dengar kita akan diambil tindakan on certain issue kalau kita sharing fake news.
Fake news, but this one governance, maksud saya Zulida, dalam syarikat Ais Selangor kan, ada tak you governance? Okay, I know governance means pengurusan, gawan. People always think governance belongs to the government. No, no issue. Governance means ada tak ada badan or is there any training, Zulida, you maybe and your colleague pernah pergi bagaimana nak manage menguruskan social media ni? Ada tak training yang formal?
Formal training tak ada rasanya, yang memang untuk kita how to handle, tak ada.
Betul. Okay, that doesn't matter, but very important bila you are handling social media, kena ada some basic training. Dia bukan training untuk for everyone. When I share, it's for everyone. It's not about search engine optimization. Bukan pasal algorithm. Dia boleh Google, check your ranking. That one you need a data scientist to analyze, or somebody else. But here, basically, you kena tahu, because social media is widely used, and your customer base, I think maybe more than 5 million, I don't know. You have millions of customers. So you have to be very, very careful on that. So it is important to have a proper training how to write and respond and talk on social media, because you never know. You can never know that if you don't respond properly, that's why we're going to have a problem. You just look at what happened Prasana today. Nobody from the management was there, not even the CEO. So what happened? They got a chairman who was virtually detached from the reality of the situation, and just imagine what happened later. And the netizen, they just responded, and action was taken against the chairman. So, but we were going to go tomorrow and see, so that we don't want this thing to happen to Selangor. All right. Now, before as we continue, social media, the impact and the damage it can do for you. You have to be very careful already from now on. You have to be very, very careful. Sometimes customer also masa bercakap dengan you, dia nak record. Dia nak record. You ada hak untuk kata, sorry, Encik record ni pasal apa? Correct tak? Betul tak? Record. Some hospital pun sama. Kadang-kadang kalau customer mengamuk, servis tak bagus, dia akan bawa customer tu dalam satu bilik. Kenapa? Bila customer marah, dia lepas cakap. Betul tak? Bila kita marah, kita tidak rasional. Betul? Customer lain akan dengar. Masa nak ambil ubat, pharmaceutical department. Betul tak? The pharmacy. So, they will say, okay, come sir, I know you're angry. Let's go to a room, let's face to face. Are you with me? You have to have somewhere where quiet, where his voice is not heard by other customers. Because other people might be hearing something else. Are you with me? Correct. So we have to be very careful how we handle an angry customer physically. So there's a way. Like hospitals, they bring it to one corner and we can talk. It's very important because some people might be hearing, they misconstrue it and they were keen, just now the customer complained, actually the staff was rude, but actually you were not rude. So you have to see, you really, really have to. One hospital himself, kalau patient's family datang, dia nak record, dia say, kenapa you record ni? Please tutup your handphone. Because dia boleh record tu, dia boleh viralkan tau. Dia boleh viralkan and yang faham tu lain tau. You understand? You have to be very, very careful. These social media, some people are just negative about your product. So they can just viral it, and by the time you counter, it's a bit too late. Too late. So you have to be very, very careful. Now, I want to show you the previous slide. This is very important before we go to this activity. Okay. Now, crisis social media or customer service, number one of the reasons why crisis happen, poor customer service. Consumer service problem, bad response or no responses on Facebook. No response also is a big problem. People say, hey, what's happening? Nobody's responding. And bad experience with the brand represented offline and online. Say example, offline and online. Basically, offline, the response was rude, or online. Offline could be bila say your back end guys, the technician, the engineer datang repair pipe, mungkin they they were very rude when there is a masalah. The truck was, the people who are dispensing the water was quite rude. People took photo, the staff very kurang ajar, something like that. So crisis most of the time berlaku akibat kita dalam ni tak sehaluan. Number one. Okay. Second, poor marketing practice, unfavorable consumer reaction to advertising or other external communication. Something marketing tak favorable. Your marketing is not so proper. You touch some sensitivity, especially Malaysia ni. Malaysia masih lagi negara dunia ketiga, terlalu sensitif, sikit-sikit sensitif. So the problem is we have to be very, very careful. Whatever we put. Contoh macam recently I want to share with you, Hari Raya tahun ni ada satu advertisement judi. You know judi? Benar lah judi. Dia kata you judi. So ada orang nyanyi lagu raya. So it become big hula balu. For me it's a small issue lah. Catch that fella and saman him settle. But the way, of course, Islam tidak sinonim dengan judi. That guy also stupid. He don't know atau he's taking advantage. So, but it couldn't be but it can blow up and become a big issue. They want to catch the models and everything. So, again, we have to be very, very sensitive. And another one I'm going to share with you is, before we go, I want to share with you this. Okay, poor public relation. Poor public relation means opinion or story posted online by angry, disgruntled or confused customer. Kadang-kadang ada customer dia buat opinion, bukan fakta. Opinion tak semestinya fakta. Setiap orang boleh bagi pendapat, tapi belum tentu pendapat dia adalah fakta. Very important. Saya boleh bagi pendapat macam-macam pasal bagaimana nak menguruskan kerajaan, menguruskan itu, menguruskan ini. Tapi pendapat saya ada tak fakta? So I have to be careful. Sometimes just bagi opinion. Atau angry customer, we fail to comment. That's why some customers will give negative comment. We have to find a way. Kita tak respond. That's why the comment, everybody like, and it become a link. That's why you have to be very careful. Nobody's monitoring. You tak bersalah, but because you don't monitor, somebody else taking advantage. And poor governance, that means evidence of brand representative experiencing poor judgment, uncoordinated efforts across organizational is allowed. Poor governance is example if you look at what happened to Prasarana. Same also United Airlines. So we have to be clear, krisis yang selalu berlaku, whether social media or a big crisis like Prasarana, usually is done inside. It start from inside. The communication not clear, everybody don't know what to do, everybody panic, and what happened? This is what is the result. So there are some crises not your fault. Drought, pipe pecah, all that, water pollution. You have to be very clear. That is beyond your control. But most of the crises is basically we are the one, because departments are not working together. They either late respond or too slow respond. So you have to be very, very clear. Crisis happen mostly started in the company. Most crises. So you have to be very, very careful the way we handle. Now, what is important here is that I want to break you into a group, Hafiza, breakout room. So I'm going to give you about 10 minutes. List down all the types of complaints customers give you. So we have 11. How many groups? Siapa nama Hafiza? 11. 3 group boleh? 3.
Alright.
Okay, 3 ya.
4 packs go to the group lah.
3. Yes, 3. Yeah. Okay, 3. 3 groups lah. 3. Yeah. Okay. So what is important? I want you to list down in your own terminology what are the problems you face. What are complaints your customer give. So we're going to do this activity for short 10 minutes. Get one person to write down. Later you will read out the complaints. I will write down on my whiteboard. Okay? Alright, let's do it. Hafiza, boleh? 10 minutes from now.
10 minutes, alright.
10 minutes from now.
So, 955
Yes, 955. Yes, okay.
Alright.